He left the bottom open for him. He's clear and clean. I think he was anticipating the 4-car not giving him as much room as he might need, so he went to the very, very bottom. Down in the third turn he goes.
Then he sniffed a draft off of the 36, Stanton Barrett. That opened up the gap on Stewart, and here he comes, the rookie from the pole, Carl Edwards. And the turn 4.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Nothing like winning your first race.
Edwards scores the 3rd straight Atlanta Busch Series win for Jack Roush with 3 different drivers. Biffle, Kenseth, and now Edwards. Boy, is this kid the real deal or what?
He is the real deal.
Foul restart, no lap traffic to deal with.
And if Elliott does have a flat tire, what he's got to hope for is something happens back in the field. And the caution comes out again. Boy, he jumped him, I tell you that.
Green flag.
Elliott Sadler in the 90 car, he gets a good restart here. 2 to go. Johnny Sauter in the 1, though. He'd like to get back up there and take second from Carl Edwards.
I don't think I don't know, Carl can get on the outside down here, maybe. No, he's going to try to root up under him. He's going to try to root up under him. I don't know if he can do that or not.
White flag, he has one more chance. He pulls to the inside. I think he'll take the position going out into turn 1.
I think he'll wreck.
Sadler tries to pinch him. Sauter having trouble holding off the 4th place car.
He gets him sideways.
I think they might wreck. But they saved it.
Here comes Sauter and Kane. It's going to be 4 cars under a blanket. And the winner, Carl Edwards.
Awesome.
What a save coming off turn 2, though, by Elliott Sadler in that 90 car.
We won the race.
Carl Edwards becomes the 8th different winner in the last 9 races. Ties Mark Martin and Martin Truex for most wins this season with 2.
Get a chance at. The pace car is on pit road. 2 laps to go here at Kentucky as they make their way down towards the green flag. There is nobody sitting here at Kentucky. The green flag is out. Martin Truex spins the tires a little bit. Doesn't get a great restart, but he is able to hold off Carl Edwards as they go back to turn number 1.
Got 3 wide right behind that group. Paul Menard been able to get by Reed Sorensen. Charles looks to the outside.
Truex went to the bottom of the racetrack. Let's see if he can get up high again to make the block. He does it just in time. And here is Edwards looking back to the inside as they go towards the white flag here at Kentucky.
He just buries that car down in the corner and drives by.
Carl Edwards makes it look easy. He powers his way out of turn number 4. He'll take the white flag one more time around. He'll claim the win tonight here in Sparta, Kentucky. Works his way back to turn number 1.
Yeah, Mark Truex has got a rearview mirror full of Clint Boyd. We got a good battle for second and a gaggle of calls from 5th on back to 10th here with 1 lap to go. But Carl Edwards is checked out.
What a terrific job by Carl Edwards. Brad Parrott, we doubted his call to come in and put tires on it. The caution flag helped him. It's going to bring him the win, Mark.
They took a very big gamble, but it paid off big. The crowd on its feet to cheer Carl Edwards down to the checkered flag. His 2nd Busch Series win of 2005, the 3rd for his career, with Martin Truex Jr. almost a half a second back at the finish. A great run for Carl Edwards. He leads 150 of the 200 laps.
Mark, he ran the fastest lap of the race on the very last
No,
lap.
he's on 205 going into the corner. In qualifying.
yeah.
But not these, you're not going to see that in used tires.
No. All right. White flag has been waved.
That is a big lead, guys. Almost 2 seconds over Greg Biffle. We've got 2 laps to go and they're already shooting the fireworks off.
What's up with that?
I don't know. A little advance there. They lit the fireworks off too.
Fireworks. Don't worry. Still got 1 more to go.
Keep going. That's what I thought when they shoot the fireworks off for already.
Coming to the checker, correct? 10-4, we're coming to the checker.
You saw those fireworks going down the back stretch. He'd already won the race. Now Carl Edwards out of turn 4. Checkered flag. Carl Edwards wins in California, and the fireworks are official.
That is what you call a team effort, and we as a team will show this racing organization, NASCAR, that we're behind their effort 110% for the relief fund.
And thankfully it stuck. Otherwise, he's in the wall someplace. Great job by Edwards, Boyer, Kenseth.
Last flag, last lap. Clear by 3.
Good stuff.
One more mile for Carl Edwards to pick up the win. Boyer not quite close enough to mount a challenge, but still incredible drive today. Matt Kenseth made it fun in the final laps as well. But you want to talk about a driver on the roll. The young man from Missouri behind the wheel of that 60 car, Carl Edwards, racing for a championship on Sundays and another win on Saturday.
Way to go, baby. You are the man. You are the man. Oh, good job, guys. That was racing.
That was racing. That's what makes this racetrack so fun.
Great teamwork, guys. That's a team effort there today, boys. Great job, Carl. Awesome job, dude.
But it is working out just fine. Thank you.
White flag. Bring it back home one more time, baby.
Oh, you ease it down in there.
I wonder what song will be in his head in victory lane.
Now, Casey Mears in the 42 car still running up in the 4th position, has a pretty good lead over 5th place Martin Truex Jr. in the 8th.
Yeah, I think he was having more like fuel pickup issues rather than out of fuel. Tank is so low on fuel, he was just having trouble picking it up. But he's definitely going to make it home.
Carl Edwards' last win, November 2005 in Phoenix.
Look at this battle right here. This is a battle for 7th position, but Jimmy Johnson's going to take it. Kevin Harvick, though, with another top 10 finish in that 21 after being 2 laps down.
And an attaboy for Todd Cleveland.
You won it. Awesome job, guys. Really good car, man. Good job. So we'll pack the center there at the end. Great job.
White flag. White flag comes out. Carl Edwards out in front at Nashville Superspeedway. Could he get his 2nd win of 2006? Clint Boyer tries to reel him in as there's a potential of a vibration for Carl Edwards.
Carl was able to get by the lap car of Johnny Sauter. That put Johnny 1 lap down. He's got a lap car in between him now. He makes his way around the 90 of Matt McCall on the inside.
Carl Edwards working his way through 3 and 4. As he comes out of turn number 4, he will see the checkered flag and win 7 in the Busch Series.
Pretty dominating performance.
And never ran 1 lap of practice in that car. I mean, jumped in at Cole from Pocono, had a good qualifying run, puts it in victory lane.
124 laps led by Carl Edwards, a dominant performance.
Better than Kevin Harvick. Kevin Harvick finished 2nd here in 2001 and 2003. White flag is out. Last time around for Edwards. Benefited from a caution after the 2 race leaders had pitted. Down the backstretch for the final time. So Carl Edwards with a racing doubleheader ran the modified race here earlier and takes the checkered flag at New Hampshire. Edwards wins in Loudon, holding off Kevin Harvick.
It's over, right?
Yeah, it's over. Carl, it's over.
Woo, good job, guys. Man, that's awesome. Great work. That's fun.
Clint Boyer got to 5th.
That's not easy to do, and she's been steady and stayed out of trouble and just real consistent. And Carl falls in behind her there and takes the white flag.
Final lap here in St. Louis tonight for Carl Edwards of Columbia, Missouri. Looking for his 4th NASCAR Busch Series win of the season. A tremendous fight between he and Denny Hamlin. But Carl's crew got the strategy right, got him out in position to take advantage of fresh tires and speed to get by Hamlin and take the lead with 9 laps to go. Final corner coming up. And the checkered flag is up for Carl Edwards, a very popular win. He takes tonight's Busch Silver Celebration 250.
And battle for 2nd.
Hamlin and Boyer for 2nd spot. It looks like Boyer nipped him by 1/1000th of a second.
Wow. That's adding insult to injury, isn't it?
Yes, it is. 17's got to get there.
Here's Jack Roush. Roush Fenway owns both of the cars. As you heard Andy Petrie say, 2 laps to go. Final lap, white flag waving that time by for Carl Edwards, trying to hold off the 17 of Matt Kenseth and the 5 of Kyle Busch. Here comes Busch pedaling for all he's worth. but they will not get it done as Carl Edwards takes the victory.
Good job, brother.
Very good race. If you've tuned in late, you've missed a dandy. 9 different leaders, 17 lead changes.
White flag.
And as we get ready, the white flag is out. 1 lap to go.
4.4.
That's the gap. You just heard it from the spotter. Carl knows it's well in hand.
We talked earlier about everybody was talking about Edwards. He's the guy to beat. A lot of experience, got a good team behind him, quality driver. And Andy, it looks like he just put a whooping on these guys all day long. Every time he gets in the back, he gets himself right to the front. Carr's got great looking attitude on the racetrack. Looks good.
And the checkered flag flies for the 11th time in his career. Carl Edwards, he goes back-to-back after winning at Bristol and extends his points lead. David Ruderman comes in second, Dave Blaney third, and Jason Leffler fourth. That's second, third, and fourth for Toyota.
Awesome, guys. That means the world to me. That means a lot.
Picks the throttle back up, and again, Denny Hamlin holds that high line.
White flag.
Yeah, Scott Wimmer's going to give it one more try here, and he might hold the throttle down a little bit longer this time. But we've got caution.
Final lap, white flag has already been waving, so it will come down to the checkered flag as the caution is out. And the
Carl Edwards has won the race for sure.
Yeah,
Carl. We won it. Yeah, we won it. Great job, Carl. Fantastic job. Good job, everybody.
We've got a big wreck with Greg Biffle and Ward Burton. 2 of the cars that I can see.
Yeah, once the white flag waves, they freeze the field, and so they come down, and Carl Edwards picks up his 3rd win of 2007 in a rather dominating fashion, leading 121 laps. This pass inside of Wimmer and take over the 3rd position.
The fastest car in the field is definitely Jason Leffler by almost 2 to 3 tenths of a second, but he's going to run out of time. It's 1 to go.
White flag for Carl Edwards, and the 27-year-old driver from Columbia, Missouri, will come out of turn 4 as he gets ready to come down and take his 4th win of the season. And Carl Edwards will go back to back to back and get the wins at Nashville Superspeedway. Carl Edwards takes it.
Concrete conqueror, dude. You are getting it done.
Well, I'll say.
Unbelievable. He did not get a single practice lap in that car. There's Jack Roush and P.K. Pierre Cattell. What a great job, guys. Kudos to you guys. With this visit in Nashville, Tennessee in June of 2007. He started from 39th. No, he started from Sonoma, California. That's where he was earlier in the day.
1,500 miles away.
4 hours on a jet airplane, 2 different helicopter rides, back of the field to the front of the field. And the 2007 NASCAR Nationwide Series champion may just be getting back to being a winner in 2008.
Carl's saying, I'm back.
I'm back. A little extra weight in the airplane going home. He'll have the iron in there.
This is because of his head. He's going to have a big head going home tonight.
Coming out of turn 4, and Carl Edwards goes back to victory lane for the first time in 2008.
Awesome. Great job, guys. Great job. Great job.
Tell you what, that was a great recovery from Carl Edwards. Again, you got to give a shout out to Eric Darnell for helping so much with this team.
It looked like after that little incident with the 99 car, they had to spend a little bit of extra time in the pits to repair that car, put some tape on the front of it to come back from where they restarted. This is a really good night, and what could have been devastating for them points-wise turns out to be pretty good.
Final lap here for cousin Carl Edwards in the Roush Fenway Ford. How good is it for Carl Edwards, who grew up with a little boy wanting to win here? He did it in 2006. And now coming out of turn 4, the kid from Columbia, Missouri wins at Gateway. Carl Edwards gets win number 2 in 2008.
Awesome job, guys. Carl, you're great, man. Awesome. Man, you don't know how much that means, Drew. Thank you, guys.
He's going to get that top 5 spot.
May finish second today. Is it certain racetracks and certain drivers? I know you love this place.
Yeah, it is a fun place, and you get a feel and you adapt as we have a crash here, but the white flag has already been displayed.
And so the race will be official because they are waving the Kevin Moss, waving the white in caution, and Carl Edwards will get the win.
Caution is out.
So for the first time in his NASCAR Nationwide Series career, Carl Edwards is a winner at Michigan.
Carl was asking about a green-white checkered. He don't have to worry about that now.
Yeah, he doesn't have to worry about it. But if that happened a corner sooner, he would have had his hands full with Brian Vickers, I'm afraid.
Well, he might have, but man, they really got that car right at the right time, and he had it hooked up on the bottom of the racetrack.
He earned this one for sure.
Yeah, he earned it, and he's earned a pretty good point today, too. He's going to like what he sees when he gets out of that car as far as the points go.
Yeah, right now it's showing 113 points back of the 2-car of Clint Boyer, who slid back to 10th position. Edwards coming down, waving to the crowd here.
Yeah, that's it, checkered flag. Good job.
It'll be Carl Edwards' 3rd win of the 2008 season. He won at Milwaukee, he won at Gateway, and now gets his first win, and the first win for Roush Fenway at this racetrack since 1998.
It's important when they come here for Jack Roush and his organization. He does a lot with the car manufacturers and obviously Ford Motor Company, and this is an important time when they come here for the 2 Cup races and this nationwide
White
race.
flag this time by for Carl Edwards.
White flag, baby. One more time.
Wimmer holds off Boyer for 2nd spot.
I think Wimmer was willing to give him that inside. I believe he thinks that he can hold him off from the outside lane. Boyer keeps fighting back. Carl Edwards is going to win this race.
Carl Edwards comes out of turn 4 and wins at Richmond. Wimmer takes 2nd. Boyer 3rd. Hamlin 4th.
Awesome job. You guys down there, way to not give up. We had 2 bad ones and we came in. Got a good one when we needed it. Thanks, Carl, man. We got it close for you. You took it the rest of the way. You're awesome, dude.
2nd win and 8 starts here at Richmond for Carl Edwards. 17th career victory and his 134th.
Who gets the better restart? Right behind is Kenny Wallace.
Right, Kenny's leaning back just a little bit.
Austin Dillon 4th, Chase Miller 5th, and here we go. Oh, and both of them get a good start. Kenny gets caught a little sleeping, but down into 1 and 2. It is Carl Edwards again.
Hey, Ruderman got a great run off that corner.
Can David Ruderman get around Carl Edwards to win this race for 2 years in a row?
He's going to have to give him the bump and run to do it. He's going to have to tap him.
White flag this time by.
White flag, one more time.
Carl Edwards looking to win here at Memphis. He's got the lead by, about 4 feet. Here comes Kenny Wallace. Can he get into the mix? Down the backstretch for the final time.
Anything can happen going into 3. I won a race here last year, or years ago, and it's not going to happen. He won't have nothing for him.
Coming out of turn 4, Carl Edwards with David Ruderman all over his back bumper, and it's going to be Edwards. And the championship is on again.
Unbelievable. Started in the back of the pack, and we got a spin at the start-finish line. It's Bobby Hamilton around. Doesn't get hit. Good job out of Bobby, but what about Edwards?
Can Carl hold him off?
But he'd like nothing better than pass Carl Edwards and get his first win in his car. Plus, that would help his teammate on the Cup side, Clint Boyer, try to win a championship. So a lot going on right here. Here we go.
Harvick looking to the inside. Carl will hold the bottom line.
Denny Hamlin's all the way down the apron. There comes Clint going on the outside.
Let's go.
Clint Boyer every position closer to a championship. It'll be white flag out of turn 4 this time. And watch Boyer on the high side going by Landon Castle.
White flag.
Oh, spin. Joey Logano. He's able to collect it back.
No
Everything's
caution.
still green.
No caution yet.
That's another spot for Boyer.
They're still racing.
Boyer's still going.
Still under green flag, and Carl Edwards pulling away.
18 car gets 2nd spot, getting into turn 3.
Boyer's up to 4th.
Here comes Denny Hamlin. Does he have enough time to get there? He is coming in a hurry out of turn 4. Here comes Hamlin. Here comes Edwards. And it's a half a car length, and Edwards will get the win.
Clint Boyer comes home 4th there. He actually, that worked to his advantage by coming to get those tires.
Nice caution there, huh, Jason?
Yeah.
That was a great decision by Dan Dieringhoff on that, making that 4-tire stop.
Good job, man.
Had himself in some tough positions early in the race, but he's able to really do a tremendous job. He's got 1.5 miles left.
White flag in one position, moving up behind him. Shouldn't make much difference if he can hold on. Carl Edwards, the leader. Kyle Busch in second. Keselowski third. Leffler fourth. And Boyer trying to hang on to 5th spot. Half a lap away.
Doesn't look like Kyle Busch is going to have anything for Carl Edwards in his final turns.
Coming out of turn 4, Carl Edwards will win the battle, but will not win the war. Edwards will win the race, and the 2008 NASCAR Nationwide Series champion is Clint Boyer.
Congratulations, Clint Boyer.
Oh, what a great year.
Buddy, you did it. Woo-hoo! Good job, boys.
Carl Edwards has finished second 4 times in 2009. He has 9 top 5 finishes. He has not been to victory lane since the final race at Homestead at the end of 2008. Here's a great battle for position for 3rd spot, and Keselowski gets a position. But here comes Darnell back on the inside. So now the 88 car will take the spot away, and Carl Edwards from the back of the pack, just like a year ago at Milwaukee, comes to Milwaukee, and finally in 2009, cousin Carl will break through and get his first win of the season.
And man, what a good field. That's some good medicine after what he went through last
buddy.
week.
Good job. Great work. Dan Stillman, I will meet you in victory lane. Good job, buddy. Good job, everybody. Great work. You too, man. You were awesome, man. That's pretty good, man. No practice. Come here, win. And, you know, it's kind of like my home track, too, you know.
Dive bomb into the corner, into turn 3. White flag's out.
White flag for Carl Edwards. He's in control here. He's 1.4 seconds ahead of second place. This is still the best battle on the racetrack, the battle for 3rd.
You don't think these guys are driving hard? These guys are sideways coming out of the corner.
Yeah, but you know what, Randy? They got good runs going now. This is the top 5. They can't screw it up. They've looked good all night long. They've gained some points.
Well, the streak of the winner coming out of the top 10 is going to be snapped at 7 years in a row, because here comes Carl. He takes his 22nd Nationwide Series win. Second place, Kyle Busch. Matt Kenseth holds on. Brad Keselowski got around Stephen Wallace for 4th. There you see Hornaday, Bain, Leffler, Wimmer, and Kenny Wallace with a great run into the top 10. As we get ready to go back to green flag racing, it's Andrew Ranger right alongside. And again, Marcus gets a great restart. Ranger right behind him, pitches off Carl. Carl then gets into him, and Carl's going to spin around. 3 other cars spin around. 4 cars. This looks like 2007.
All those guys are still trying to race each other because the caution is not out yet.
And there's a lot of positions to be gained right now.
So far, still no caution. Marcus pulls away. Carl's in second. Still no caution.
And this is what Carl Edwards needed to happen out of Kyle Busch to run him down the points just a little bit. This is going to be a big gain for Carl today in the points.
So then with that problem down there, they have a minute and a half to sort that out and let those cars get moving before these leaders get back to the scene of that last little mess up.
Staying a little bit wider here, and you can see some smoke coming out. There is Jacques Villeneuve.
That's
Keselowski's going to pick up some points. Tony Raines. Then on back, I'm still looking for Kyle Busch. Has he gotten back into the action
He just came into the shot under the bridge, right behind Stephen Wallace. Here comes Kyle Busch.
So Kyle has lost a lot of positions here on this green-white checker, and we look like we're going to go the rest of the distance because the caution never came out.
You see Dumoulin there, his car's smoking heavily through the hairpin.
Yeah, he's got some problems.
Everybody else trying to tiptoe through this corner. A couple cars getting wide, but holding on. Meanwhile, here is your race leader, Marcus Ambrose, heading down for turn 13. Into 14 will be the left-hander, and he'll have one lap to go to finally win a race that has eluded him for the past 2 years here at Montreal.
And this is going to be the longest last lap of his life. I mean, this has been so hard for him to get around this track with all these caution flags, but he looks great right now. But Carl Edwards, don't count him out. He's closed in on him.
He knows exactly. Listen to the fans cheering these guys as they go by.
Marcus Ambrose has been flawless all day long. He just has to make a few more corners to get this thing home.
Carl Edwards trying to do everything he can to get close for one more final dive on him, but I don't think it's going to happen. Marcus has just been that superior today.
I'll tell you, Carl Edwards not letting him get away from him too far.
Now this track's drying out pretty good right now. Carl's getting some good bite on these dry sections of the racetrack and actually running them down just a little bit.
Looks like he has closed the gap.
Long way to go still when you think about it in Marcus Ambrose's eyes. Heading down into 8. That's the final time there. So only one more real good opportunity for him.
But Carl Edwards is right there. I mean, one mistake by Ambrose. Carl Edwards win this thing.
Down in the hairpin here, Andy. This is where he's got to try to get it done.
If he's going to dive on him, it could be here.
And he tried. He's made a move here.
Going to go high-low on him.
Right off the corner.
Can he get the grip?
It's the grip. He's trying to fight that grip off the corner.
All right.
He gets in the bumper. He's pushing Ambrose.
Yeah. Now he's got one more chance going into 13. Marcus taking the defensive line down the middle, saying if you're going to go, you're going to tell me where you're going first. Here he comes into 13.
Well, Carl Edwards is doing everything he can right here. And
oh, Marcus! Big top curve. Here comes Edwards. No! Can you believe this? Carl Edwards gets around him. Marcus makes one mistake all day, and it's going to cost him the win.
The last lap hits the ripple strips, goes airborne, and loses the race all by himself.
Andrew Ranger comes home third. Jacques Villeneuve fourth. Brad Keselowski in fifth.
Unbelievable. You got to feel so bad for Marcus.
That means the world to me. That means the world to me. Thank you.
Well, you got to hand it to Carl Edwards.
Absolutely heartbreaker for Marcos Ambrose. So
you can see how much this means to Carl Edwards, though. This is a big, big win for him.
Carl has started dead last in the field, and he looks like he's going to take his third win.
It might ought to be a plan of theirs from here on. Gets Carl fired up.
It will be the 5th time in his career that he has pulled this maneuver off. 3rd time this year. He's got over second place, Kevin Harvick. So everybody who said, I can't drive because my foot's broken, forget it. The big question is now, how's he do the backflip? Kevin Harvick in second, Kyle Busch in third, Brad Keselowski, and David Rudiman, your top 5.
As they come toward the white flag, right now he's back in 5th position.
Likely to lose a lot more spots here on this last lap.
Andy, we just add some most likely culprit right now,
Yep.
the battery problem.
Probably voltage, yes.
There will not be a green-white checker today. Could have had my money on that.
Around, bud.
Carl Edwards to the white flag. Doc?
And it is a motor issue with the 32 car. It is internal in the engine. It is popping and missing and sputtering and getting worse. They're going to try to milk this thing for one more lap and finish. What a gallant effort today. A gallant effort for Jacques Villeneuve.
Boy, Doc, you got that right. This guy has been a great driver today. He's really been flying. Hate to see this happen to this team.
So Carl Edwards now with a gap back to Ron Fellows of almost 3 seconds on his white flag lap. If he gets it around to the finish line, he'll have led 35 of the 50 laps today. It had its moments, but he has been dominant, that's for sure. Up the hill, turn number 6 for the final time.
Did not practice on Friday over in Sears Point qualifying the Cup car. He practiced a little test session they had on Thursday. He was the fastest car in that session.
He got on me the other day. I roughed him up a little bit for not testing in Kentucky. He said, hey, Rusty, I mean, come on. I'm trying to make
Ave going around.
Both Ave and Paul Menard spun.
But I told Carl, you tested here, and you qualified great. Looks like he's getting ready to win this race. Just proves that practice is good.
It does help.
Off the carousel corner, down to the kink. And then he'll head for Kettle Bottoms for the final time in Canada corner. Carl Edwards, less than half a lap from victory lane. Ford, winless so far, 2010. Remember, they told us a couple of weeks ago at Nashville, Jack Roush came out and said on a Ford media conference call, they had found some parts that weren't up to their specifications, had removed them, replaced them in their system, started running better that week at Nashville. A couple of second-place finishes for Carl, and now he's going to make it third week in a top 2 finish, and he's going to win this one.
Well, it sounds like Jack knows what he's talking about. His whole team has done a fantastic job for him.
Final time up the hill. The first name on the winner's trophy at Road America in the NASCAR Nationwide Series will be Carl Edwards. He dominates and wins the Bucyrus 200.
In the field all day long. Hell of a race car driver. One awesome race car driver. One more awesome race car. Great pit crew.
Had to do it the hard way. Had to come up through the field after making that caution flag pit stop.
Edwards winning by 4.3 seconds. Ron Fellows will finish second. Brendan Gaughan third. Brad Keselowski protects most of his point lead with a 4th place run. And Owen Kelly will round out the top 5.
Hell of a car. Great job.
And Josh Wise in the row behind them. You thought the last restart was exciting. Hang on for this one as they get ready to finish this one off here in Gateway tonight. Brad Keselowski, Carl Edwards bringing it to green, watching the flagman now, keeping their eye on that restart zone. Keselowski stands in the gas. Carl's with him as they cross the start-finish line.
Carl did a good job. He's maintaining there. He needs to do that if he's got any chance.
He's got to keep that high side going right now.
That was a great restart with Keselowski. He really came through the gearbox good.
Look at Brad. He tries to drift to the high side. Carl fights back. It's not over yet.
I thought he had him cleared.
Look just how close it is. Does Carl dive in on the outside? He's got to do it. Does he maintain that spot? Keselowski holds him off. Carl with the advantage coming off the corner.
Keselowski got a little bit loose getting into 3.
White flag.
Shades of Atlanta for Carl's first cup win.
Right on your bumper.
He's
White flag.
to the
One more
outside,
time.
but he's got one more lap to deal with Brad Keselowski. Keselowski fights back on the inside.
Whatever happens now, this race will
They touch. Keselowski gets into Edwards. They save it. Drag race down the backstretch now.
That's that half car length I was talking about. They both survived it. Let's see what happens in turn 3.
Reed Sorensen waiting in the wings. Here's Keselowski on the inside. Carl Edwards, can he make it stick on the outside? Brad thought he had the best car all night. Took the inside line on the restart. This is going to be down to the wire. They touch. He spun out. Carl gets into Keselowski. Carl Edwards will win.
That's it. Checkered flag. Superstar, man. You are the man. He deserved it. Good job.
I just hope Keselowski's okay here. That was a hard hit, guys.
That was ugly. Wreck behind you. Just slow it down.
Ugly.
Slow it down. There's a big wreck here.
Big contact on Keselowski as the other cars racing to the finish came to the line. Keselowski got spun around hard. Carl Edwards going for the win.
We're gonna have plenty to talk about here.
Well, there's no question. Damage to the 60 as they came to the line. And there's Brad moving around in the 22 car. That is very, very good news.
And this is 2 problem weeks for Brad. I hate it for him to run out of gas.
Thought he might try it himself.
All right, pace car is pulled off. Green-white checker, the second one ever here. The other time in April of 2006, the winner was Kurt Busch. Green flag flies, and boy, what a start by Edwards.
Man, Carl, that's a big jump there.
A huge jump.
A lot of dust flying down there. Looked like there was some smoke, but I believe it's dust from all the speedy drive.
Kyle trying to make a run off of 2.
Keselowski holding station in third with Joey Logano on his high side. They're duking it out now for that position. But the battle is for the race win up front, and Edwards got a huge jump, and he is making it pay for him.
Yeah, Kyle tried to go to the high side there, see if he could make a big run. That cost him a lot of time.
White flag out, 1.5 miles to go. Carl Edwards looking for win number 3 of 2010. He's not going to win the championship, but it looks like he's going to win this race. Down the backstretch, Kyle Busch not going to be able to even give him a challenge. And the man in third, the butterflies in his stomach have got to be just enormous. Carl comes and takes the checkered.
Job, buddy. Come get the checkered flag.
And here comes your champion. Brad Keselowski finishes third and takes it home here at Texas with 2 races remaining. The 26-year-old from Rochester Hills, and look at Mom. She can breathe again.
Well, certainly a big day for this family. Just a terrific season by Brad Keselowski. This entire team. Battle.
White flag is in the air. There is Carl Edwards. He's got 1 more mile to go for his 29th career win. If he finishes it off, it'll be the 4th time he has won back-to-back, and it'll be his 4th win of 2010. And is this a precursor of tomorrow, because he'll start on pole for the Sprint Cup race here at Phoenix International Raceway. Coming out of turn number 4. Who cares that the sun's in your eyes? There's the checkered flag, and the winner, Carl Edwards, by a 5-second margin. It's going to take a long time.
2 in a row.
There's Harvick coming across. This is the battle.
Awesome car, guys. Best car I've ever had in the Nationwide Series. Thank you. White flag, one more time.
There you go. 1.5 miles to go here at Charlotte. The fans have seen a good one tonight. Had surprises in more ways than one, with Kyle Busch getting crashed out through no fault of his own, and Carl Edwards putting in a dominating performance. He has never been lower than 3rd the entire evening. And here he is, just a couple corners away after winning the pole earlier today. Here he comes out of turn number 4. Keselowski tries to come as low as he can to cut the margin, but Carl Edwards is going to pick up win number 1 in 2011. Brad Keselowski in 2nd. Menard comes home in 3rd. And look at this as we come to the stripe. It will be Elliott Sadler in head of Justin Allgaier. That is for 5th and 6th. Then Reed Sorensen, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., David Rudiman, and Brian Scott round out your top 10.
One more time.
1.3 miles remaining for Carl Edwards, and his 4th victory here on the concrete of Nashville, and his 1st since 2007.
The scrummy yields to him.
Yep.
Carl sees a clear track in front of him.
There's nothing Kyle Busch can do at this point. Turns 3 and 4. Kyle making one last desperate charge, but the time and distance is going to run out. For his 31st time in his career, Carl Edwards sees the checkered flag first, with Kyle Busch coming across in 2nd and in a distant 3rd. 8
Think
seconds
of
behind.
Jonathan Bunty and his family, all right? This one's for them, all right?
Brad Keselowski, Joey Logano, and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. with another top 5.
Great run for Carl Edwards. I guess he got to consider old Turtle Man good luck.
I would say so.
Well, let's check in with Shannon. She's caught up with Mike Bean. Logano is Boyer, Keselowski, and then right behind them, Sorensen and Kyle Busch. Here we go. Pace cars off. Green flag is in the air. Does he get as good a start this time? No. Here comes Joey.
Yeah, Logano's there. I think Carl spun the tires a little bit that time.
Through the corner. Still on his fender. On the high side. Logano going for it. They're down the backstretch. Logano with a half a car length on him. Now here comes Carl back on the low side.
Oh, Carl slips a little.
Come on, he's sideways.
Oh, now it gets Logano. Joey's into the bar, and the car's upside down. On this side is Clint.
Yellow's out, yellow is out, yellow is out.
Wallace gets into it. The 14 of Bliss gets into it. Red flag immediately.
Stop on the back. They want you to stop on the back.
They are stopping everyone on the backstretch.
Or something. I just in the throttle. He got loose. I touched him, guys.
There's what's left of Keselowski's car. Window net down. He's okay. There's Joey with his net down. Clint Boyer is out. Boy, Boyer went up on his side. For a second, I thought he was going to go all the way over. And there is Stephen Wallace, as he seems to be okay.
They've taken the white flag, so that should be the end of it.
Now, in this situation, in fact, we were just in race control last night for the truck race. They will freeze the field And they're going to come around now. We're being told they're going to come around to complete the race.
Is everybody all right?
And
They're all right.
these guys are just seeing
Make
what
sure
happened.
they know that is not my intent. Not at all.
So the caution
Here's
and
your
checker
flag
comes
right here.
out.
Here's your checker flag.
Carl picks up his 32nd nationwide win, not the way he wanted to do it, and he is coming over to stop immediately. And he and Joey are talking. And obviously we will try and talk to both of them. And this is not one of those heated situations like we had last week.
Now, Joey's probably not happy, but, you know, that showed some respect from Carl coming over there just immediately saying he's
Going to be a stalemate here. Mark only to run one more of these nationwide races this season. So his chance to maybe add one to his total and hold on to that record a little longer and be first to 50, as we talked to him about on Countdown, is going to have to wait for another day. Kyle also, it does appear, is not going to be able to add to his win total today. Though he and Paul Menard are still going to have a heck of a fight for third place.
He's not giving up on that spot.
Fuel mileage, we saw people shutting off the engines and saving fuel earlier in the race. Not going to be a factor here. The Detroit hometown race for Jack Roush and Roush Fenway Racing looks like it's going to wind up in a 1-2 finish as Carl Edwards is in his final corner. He'll come to the checkered flag and score the victory in Michigan over his teammate Ricky Stenhouse Jr. It is Ford first in its own hometown.
Thank y'all so much. I'm so blessed to have you. Awesome, guys. Awesome. That's 1-2 for Ford here in Detroit. That's cool. Great job. Thank you guys so much. That's a really, really good car.
This time by, the fastest car on the track right now is Austin Dillon. But too late for Austin Dillon. Got a fast car. Looks like Edwards is going to get this thing, guys.
1.3 miles separating Carl Edwards from his victory number 34 in his career. Down the backstretch for the final time. And there you can see Ricky Stenhouse Jr. just cannot close the gap. Coming through 3 and 4. Carl Edwards is going to lead 124 laps tonight and pick up his 5th win of 2011 here at Nashville.
Austin Dillon, 3rd place. Good job.
Awesome job, guys. All weekend. It's over, right, Jason? 10-4, it's over. Real good job.
Some good runs tonight by guys who needed them. You saw Justin Allgaier in 4th. He desperately needed a good run to get back into the points championship battle.
Side, he could lose a little bit of that momentum. Going to catch him at the right spot, though.
Flag ready one more time.
He gets around Jennifer Joe. And he has 1.5 miles to go. And Carl Edwards, remember, he won this race from pole back in 2005, and oh, he got loose there. Wow. Kyle is pushing for all he's worth, but it's not going to be enough. He'll be the 4th man to win from pole here at Atlanta, the Nationwide Series, as he's bringing it around the final corners. And it is going to be Carl Edwards taking the win here at Atlanta. Kyle Busch closes to 2nd. And in 3rd, it will be Ricky Stenhouse Jr., our points leader. And low, coming to the stripe, the 30 of Jason Leffler is going to come down and through the infield. And we'll have to wait and see where NASCAR places him, because I don't think there's any timing lines in the infield grass.
No, there's not, but I think he's going to be able to stay around that 9th spot.
And you heard the crew saying 9th, so we'll double check with NASCAR. As the fireworks go off in the background.
He and Carl Edwards really click as a team.
White flag one more time.
It'll be his 9th win with crew chief Mike Beam if he can just complete one more mile here at the Monster. And remember, he told us before the race, he said, my Cup car is better than my Nationwide car. Well, he is going to lead 179 laps. And Carl Edwards coming through the last couple of corners, slower traffic ahead of him, but it's not going to deter him. Here at Dover, Carl's going to win on the concrete again.
Oh, man, good job. Awesome, awesome. It's been a great year working with you, Mike. It's over for sure, right? Yes, sir.
These two drivers have been the class of the field on many occasions this year. They finished 1-2 on many occasions. Final lap, 1 to go. Edwards with Kyle Busch bearing down on him. Elliott Sadler in command for the bonus. Busch to the inside. Can he get the lead in the final half lap? Not that corner. One more set of turns. Big run to the bottom, but it's not going to be enough. Carl Edwards is going to have another incredible rally and come all the way back to win tonight in Charlotte. Finishing in fourth and collecting the $100,000 nationwide insurance bonus, Elliott Sadler. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. finishes in 9th position. What a finish.
Unbelievable.
What a drive for Carl Edwards.
Guys, that is awesome.
All right, so here we go. As we get ready, it will be Carl Edwards on the inside, driver's right. Brad Keselowski alongside. Sam Hornish Jr. will be in row 2 along with Ricky Stenhouse Jr., who's had a great day. Kyle Busch, Casey Kane, 5th and 6th. Ron Fellows and Paul Menard. Then Joey Logano and Brian Scott. That is your top 10. Get ready, because we'll have 2 laps remaining when we go green.
Green, green, green.
Sam Hornish really spun the tires on trying to get going.
And here comes Kyle. But Carl's going to be first to the corner. Sam lights him up.
Whoa. Sam's got the inside spot on Brad, but can't make that stick.
Ricky Stenhouse Jr. there in the 6th car in 4th. Kyle Busch running in 5th. But Carl Edwards got the restart he wanted, guys. Heading down for the inner loop. Brad's able to close a little bit of that gap. Sam Hornish Jr. doing a fine job. He's maintaining that 3rd position. Stenhouse also right there in 4th. Heading for turn number 6, it is still Carl Edwards and Brad Keselowski. Keselowski, as Carl goes a little wide.
Gonna try that high side here out of turn 7. Don't see this happen much.
Oh, and man, right up against the wall. White flag,
I think, got against the wall coming off 7.
White flag is out, so 1 lap to go.
Yeah, you got to get it, because anything can happen if you create a caution flag here on this last lap.
Sam gets up over the curb, so does Stenhouse.
Carl gets a big run up through the S's.
Boy, Hornish is driving the wheels off that 12 car. Coming down the straightaway, heading for the inner loop. Edwards has opened up a sizable gap. Keselowski in 2nd, Hornish 3rd, then is Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Hornish all over the 22. Remember, these guys are teammates.
Yeah, doesn't dare put the bumper to that 22. Try to pick up another spot.
Heading for turn 6. There's only 2 corners left. Carl Edwards makes the corner easily. And boy, what a welcome back to the NASCAR Nationwide Series. The former champion is going to win here at Watkins Glen.
Great job, guys. Yeah, awesome job, Carl Edwards. Awesome job.
His 38th career win. His first win at Watkins Glen in the NASCAR Nationwide Series, and the first for Roush Fenway in the Nationwide Series at the Glen.